Hello, Gemini, and welcome to this, your May 1st through May 15th, 2023 reading predictions, projections. We're going to look at influential energies. Let's see what's happening. This reading is intended for anybody born under the sign of Gemini, as well as anyone else who has a significant amount of Gemini in their charts. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for coming back. And for those of you who are new here, a couple of different things. First of all, I work with a number of different decks, and I also leave all of the cards face down until I'm actually ready to read them and turn them over. I find that this makes the reading a little bit more accurate rather than me being unduly influenced because I've already seen the cards. What else? This is a general reading intended for all of the Geminis out there. So if this reading resonates with you, it means it was intended to get to you at this time. The first card that we are going to pull for you, Gemini, is a card of where you are at now. So as I am doing this reading at the end of April 2023, where are you at now? I also just want to quickly mention, you'll notice that my background has changed. I recognize that I may look like I dyed blue right now. It is the lighting. It is a temporary location as I have moved, but this is temporary because being a little bit of a gypsy, I'll be moving again shortly. Okay. Next cards that we're going to pull for you are the cards of focus. What are the Geminis focusing on? Oh, here we go again. Okay. Apparently you have a lot that you're focusing on right now, Gemini. So what we're going to do is we're going to collect up all of these cards, and we're going to put them all back. And we have half the deck here. If you're focusing on this much right now, Gemini, you might feel a little overwhelmed and scattered. So let's go through this smaller portion. See if we can't narrow this down. We might have to go through it a couple of times. Focus for the Geminis. No. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't want to go back in. Which card is it? We've got 3 cards here. That one for sure. Yep. Okay. In that order, we've got 3 cards for you, Gemini. All right. Let's have a look at your difficult influences. What's coming up that the Geminis might be bumping into a little bit here? May 1st through May 15th, 2023. Is there anything else for difficult influences for the Geminis? Not sure if another card's going to come out here. There's one more. But look at how the cards spread out. A little bit crazy. Okay, this was the first card, second card, third card. Okay, let's have a look at this makes sense. Now, the cards that just make sense are cards that either have an identical meaning to another card in the reading, thus bringing sort of double weight towards the meaning of the other card, meaning that it's really important that we kind of sit up and listen, or that this makes sense card pulls everything else together. If the first few cards that I turn over seem to be a little bit scattered, when I turn the this makes sense card over, it kind of ties the rest of the reading together. So let's see what comes up for this makes sense. I'm going to have to go through this deck a second time. I can tell in just the way that they mixed up here. Yeah, there we go. I just suspected that it was those first couple of cards that didn't pop out the first time and then they came out this time. Okay. The next cards that we're going to pull for you, Gemini, are the cards of unexpected insights and influences. We're going to go back over here to, this is my old cheater tarot deck from back in the day when I was first learning tarot. Didn't get a lot of use back then. And for whatever reason, I don't know, about 3-4 months ago, I came across it in a box and it's been wanting to come out. It has a lot to say these days. So what is unexpected for the Geminis? May 1st through the 15th. Right. We'll run through that deck one more time, same way we did with the other deck. There we go. It'd have a lot to say. Anything else? Whoa, you have a lot of unexpected stuff coming up here, Gemini. Like a lot. All right, let's take these cards in the order in which they came out. Okay. I'm just having a quick peek at these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Let me just tap in. Yeah, I'm getting told to read all of them. The last cards that we're going to pull for you, Gemini, are the cards of your general overall outcome. Now, these cards are cards that predict or project where you're anticipated to be at come May 15th. Okay. Oh, shoot. Right all the way down to the floor. And I am sitting on a higher stool to do these readings to get everything lined up. So I have to jump down and get that one. Great. Okay. There we go. All right, where are you at now, Gemini? We've got 3 cards here for you. First light, infinite abundance and grounding. First light, you are in the process of beginning a new cycle. This is amazing, amazing news for you, Gemini. We predicted, if you watch a lot of the psychic and tarot type videos, you'll know that many psychics and tarot readers predicted that the first 3 to 4 months of 2023 was going to be quite bumpy, a lot of upheaval for many, many people as we shift out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And I mean, full on into the age of Aquarius, not just kind of dabbling in it as we have been doing for the last approximately 50 years. And so the fact that for May 1st through May 15th, Gemini, you've received this beginning a new cycle card is absolutely fantastic. You also have the infinite abundance card. Abundance is pouring into your life. Amazing, fantastic news. Now, I do want to point out that the abundance card does not solely represent financial abundance. It can also represent abundance with regards to family and relationships. It can be good news. For example, if I know that, why is that coming up? Okay. I know that there's a lot of people right now who are looking at doing retraining and retraining for new careers, going back to school. As this new cycle begins, there's a lot of people that are looking at their old jobs and their old way of doing things and going, that's not working for me anymore. I'm going to do something new. And as such, I know that there's a lot of people right now who are looking to retrain. They've applied to go back to school or to take seminars and improve and update their skills. And so this infinite abundance card, Gemini, I feel that for some of you, this card is indicating that you are receiving good news about being accepted into a program, or being accepted into a seminar that you've applied for, or something like that. This card has that feel to me that this is not just about financial abundance for you. And the next card that we have for you, Gemini, is the grounding card. This is a card about go deep. Go deep within yourself and really, really dig deep as to what it is that you want, what your next steps are going to be. When we are beginning a new cycle, we can sometimes get lost in the excitement of that new cycle, and then we lose who we are. And this is a call to make sure that you know who you truly are, and not get caught up in, okay, fine, get caught up, get excited, something's due, something's beginning, and that's always exciting. But when that happens, make sure you don't lose you. Okay, Gemini, let's have a look at what you are focusing on. Okay. Gemini, I think that you had some of these cards last month for April 15th through April 30th. And here's the thing. If this is where you're at now, as I'm pulling these cards at the end of April, that you're at this first light and these new beginnings, the fact that you have some of these similar cards to what you had last month, I'm pretty sure it was you that had some of these cards come up. This is telling me that some of the lessons that you were intended to learn over the first couple of months of 2023, you may not have fully integrated. Okay. And that's left you feeling a little bit like an outsider. Okay. Now, this outsider card, I also want to point out that it is a 5. It is the 5 of Pentacles. This is a card of conflict. This is a card of being pulled in a couple of different directions, which makes us feel like we are an outsider. It's a card of I don't feel like I fit in. And if this is what you're focusing on, it will also bring up feelings of wanting to be a fighter. Not a particularly great combination, Gemini. Now, we could look at this from a different perspective. Let's do that. Let's look at it from a positive perspective instead. The 5 of rainbows can make us feel like we are an outsider. That's a good thing right now, because it means that if you're feeling like an outsider, you've stepped into the age of Aquarius, and you've stepped into the new light, and you've stepped into what's right, and you're fighting for that. Because in the age of Pisces, there was a whole lot that was wrong. There was a lot of inequality, and there was a lot of imbalance, and there was a lot that there was a lot of that yin and that yang. Okay. There was a lot of push and pull, and there was a lot of 1% up here controlling a lot of this and controlling a lot of the little people. Okay. That can make us want to fight for our rights and fight for the rights of the underdog and fight for the rights of others. So from a positive perspective, if you put the positive spin on this, Gemini, you've got going with the flow, the Ace of Cups, new beginnings. New beginnings. Both of these cards have the same meaning, Both of these cards are about new beginnings. This one in particular is that when we start a new beginning, we need to go with the flow a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Let's have a look at difficult influences for you. Okay. Difficult influences, you have some more pentacles coming up. You've got the Six of Pentacles coming up. You also have the Prince of Pentacles coming up. They're the suit of autumn in the fairy deck. The Six of Autumn is the karma card. This is my karma card. There's no two ways about it. What you put out comes back to you. And given that this came up in your difficult influences, Gemini, I want to say that you need to be cautious what you're putting out there. Okay. If you're putting negativity out there, you're going to get negativity back. So, like I said with these cards, if you look at these from the negative perspective that you are the outsider and that's a bad thing, rather than looking at it as you are the outsider and that's a good thing because it means that you've stepped into the new realm. And if you look at this fighting card as I'm just going to go out there and beat someone up, that's a negative. But if you look at this fighting card as I'm going to fight for justice for the underdogs and I'm going to do it the right way, then that's a good thing. Okay. And so this card in your difficult influences is telling me that you have a choice right now, Gemini, about how you look at things. If you look at things with negative sunglasses on, the saying, I see the world through rose-colored glasses. If you're seeing the world through dark shades, then you're going to bring more of that back to you with this karma card. If you're seeing the world through rose-colored glasses and seeing things through positivity and realizing that this is a new start for many people, then you're going to bring more of the good things back to you. Having said that, the other card that you have in your difficult influences is the Hanged Man or the Awakening card. This is a card of see things from a different perspective. Is the glass half full or half empty, Gemini? That's really what it comes down to. If you're seeing the glass as half empty, you're going to bring more of that in, right? See things from the positive perspective. The last card that you have is the card of be kind to others and be meticulous when this is the attention to detail card, particularly when it comes to money and finances. This card is in your difficult influences, Gemini. So if I were to be giving you any kind of advice, it is be meticulous when it comes to money, finances, job, and career, May 1st through May 15th. Really, really make sure that you've got your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Oh, yeah. And Mercury's retrograde. Just a heads up. With Mercury retrograde and you getting the Prince of Autumn or the Prince of Pentacles in your difficult influences, yeah, make sure that you're really, really paying attention to things right now, Gemini. Okay, in your this makes sense. You've got the gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. Well, yeah. When you're looking at the cup half full and you recognize that this is a new beginning and you're out there fighting for justice for others, yeah, good things are going to be coming to you. Staying focused, really important for you right now, Gemini. And Desert Passage, trust that there's a divine plan. For some of you, if you're still feeling this outsider and you're still feeling like, I don't know how I fit into this new age of Aquarius, and I don't know what's going on here, trust in the divine plan. There's good things coming. All right, let's have a look at this mess of unexpected insights and influences. Unexpected. You're stronger than you think you are, Gemini. Okay, the Strength card coming in. Watch for Leos coming in to help support you as you adjust to all of these new changes. You're exhibiting more courage than you thought you had within you right now. You've got the Emperor coming in. Emperor represents knowledge and wisdom. Again, having these two cards next to each other, you have the knowledge and wisdom and the strength to get through whatever it is that you're going through. And you have the knowledge and strength when it comes to, oh, look at that, another ace. You had over here the Ace of Cups, and now you have the Ace of Swords, more new beginnings. Gemini. New beginnings, major breakthrough for you. Emperor. Let's see what's next. Ooh, we have the Death card for you in your unexpected insights. Do you know what this card means, Gemini? It means that if you're not already making the shift into this age of Aquarius, if you're not already shifting towards being kinder, gentler, fighting for justice for the underdogs, if you're not already seeing the changes and shifts that are happening in our financial system, and the fact that our financial system is literally cracking in two, as is our realities right now. If you're not seeing that, at some point during the month of May, the universe is going to help you to see that. Okay. There's going to be some kind of change or shift that's going to happen in your life that's going to make you just go, wow. And there's going to be a metamorphosis for you. You have the Four of Wands coming up, positive card. This is a positive card about being able to move forward successfully, stepping up to the plate, as the saying goes, and stepping into a new role. The fact that you've got the Ace of Swords next to the Death card, next to the Four of Swords. What this is saying is there's a new beginning happening, and it's asking you embrace the new beginning, because if you don't, we will force you to embrace the new beginning. It's not a choice. It's not one of those things where you can say, well, I really don't like change, so I'm not going to change. The Death card coming up in your reading is saying, nah, that line of thinking is so Age of Pisces. You don't have a choice anymore. You're stepping into the Age of Aquarius. You're stepping into this new beginning represented by this ace. And it's actually going to be a good thing once you embrace it. You have the Four of Swords coming up here. It's funny that you had the Ace of Swords and now you have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card wherein you've moved along from the new beginning, the ace, okay? You've moved forward and you are beginning to actually integrate what's happening. It may cause you to need a brief period of time to be able to integrate and recuperate. You'll notice that the character on this card is lying down here and taking a rest. Okay. That's okay. The final card that you have here is the Page of Pentacles. I'm just looking. You have the Prince of Pentacles here, and you have the Page of Pentacles here. The Page of Pentacles is about acquisition of material goods, good things coming, abundance coming. This is your confirmation. You have infinite abundance coming up in where you're at now, and you have additional abundance coming in for you at some point in time during the month of May. Your general overall outcome, yeah, makes sense. Okay. So in your general overall outcome, you have the Eight of Winter, also known as the Eight of Swords, Gemini. And this card is asking you and reminding you to believe in yourself. And we're going to go back to this Five of Rainbows here. And this Five of Rainbows is a card of, I'm not sure I believe in myself. Okay. Everything else in your reading, including this Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, Four of Swords, the Ace, the couple of aces you've got the Emperor, you've got strength in particular, is saying you're stronger than you think you are. And when you believe in yourself, instead of believing the imposter syndrome that society has put there for you, Gemini, when you believe in yourself, you can make amazing things happen. You have the Renewal card. The Renewal card is a card of reviewing the past, reviewing past mistakes, reviewing past successes, and really, really stepping into the new with the knowledge of the past. Okay. That's not saying that you're going to step forward and bring the past forward and integrate what was into what is or what will be. This is a card of looking at the past and saying, that worked, come with me. That didn't work, you can stay right there. Get out. I'm not bringing you with me. So by May 15th or in and around May 15th, Gemini, this card is telling me that you are going to be at that place where, as much as all of this indicates first light and new beginnings, you know, the Ace of Cups here that you're focusing on, and where was it? The Ace of Swords here. What this card is telling me is that as much as all of these new cycles and new beginnings are coming up for you, May 1st through the 15th, come May 15th, you are going to have an opportunity to really look at this Four of Swords and this Renewal card, where you're going to sit back and go, okay, I now accept new beginnings. I welcome new, fresh insights. But I need to have this opportunity to look at the past and bring with me that which serves my highest good and leave behind that which no longer serves me. Okay. So dive deep, come, mid-May, begin to dive deep, Gemini, into really, really exploring leaving the past where it belongs. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll join me again in the middle of May.